had to ask some friends because I was hearing a lot about her, and so they told me, you know, who she was and what she was doing. And I come from the school of thought there's just some things that the public just shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like things that happen between two people, a wife and a husband, girl. I just don't think that it's for mass consumption. I just have always felt that way, and I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, you know, kind of bastardized. Like whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success, and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there. Like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street, and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. This it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
The very first album I ever bought was the Incubus album that had Pardon Me on it, because I wasn't really allowed to listen to a whole lot of music growing up. I grew up in a really strict household. Both my parents are traveling ministers, so MTV and everything else was really fused. All y'all were on block. I never saw any music videos or anything, unfortunately. But I remember bringing it home. It was kind of like an almost famous moment. I had to smuggle it in my knapsack, going directly into my room, and then pulling it out. And as I was pulling out the CD, well, needless to say, sold my soul.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in, a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music,
yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
And I remember one day coming from the studio at 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling over on the highway. Be like 4 cars, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country, because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country, and it's not so much who, it's what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. And it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what? This is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because He helped me get over these obstacles. He helped me get over these hurdles.
Okay, but when you're done here, when you're out of here,
I'm not looking back.
You're not coming back?
No, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back for a show. I'm not coming back for a visit. I'm not even driving through the states.
I was so money-orientated, initiated as a thug. Being for wicked and bitches, ambitious as I was. Picture a nigga on the verge of living insane. I sold my soul for a chance to your people disappear. You wondering where they went in my cold? Listen, I sold my soul. I sold my soul to the devil, and the price was cheap. And yo, it's cold on this level, cause it's twice as deep. But you first
ever went platinum, now you can't go gold. Made your deal with the devil, but you sold your soul.
Nobody run up on me, nobody. Cause Franklin and Grant is my only true down homies. I made a deal with the devil and sold my soul.
Magic music brews me, that dirty rhythm fools me. The devil's got them to me. The business, I'm full of funky fever. A fire burns inside me. Boogie's got me in a super trance. Anything come from Monday. Lie for you, die for you. You can sell my soul to the devil. Anything
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. You know, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with you know, with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Good grades, and you know what screwed it all up was this one guy. He broke my heart, and I was like, cool, thanks. I was like, now I have to do something pretty ridiculous and insane with my life, so why not sell my soul and go on Jersey Shore?
Souls from demons or something, as I remember correctly?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what was...
Well, you know, there's a rich history of the devil in rock and roll. It goes all the way back to, like, Elvis was everyone said, he's playing the devil's music. What was that great song, The Devil Went Down to Joe?
Oh, Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels, he had some devil in there, and it goes even back to, before that, who's Robert Johnson?
Right.
You can find his roots, you know, way back to the beginning of rock. And so, you know, had we sold our soul to the devil? How else can you explain us being here on the
These two guys...